Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Can I get a 5x5? There we are. I think we're in. I think they play a commercial before. Oh, there's Amy. Crypto Angels, what's up? Chris Card. Chris Card's always here. He must have been here since I last had a live stream. Just hanging out. All right. Lot of action in silver today. Everybody's like, well, why are they doing it now? I think now is the perfect time to do it. We have just released this weekend FinCEN documents showing that the banks have been laundering money for criminal cartels for 20 years at $2 trillion. They would not have released. It was released. It wasn't. No one went in and hacked it. It was released by the good guys. It's time to take them down. The very same breath, we've got, I think it's 350 million ounce short position by eight COMEX banksters. And that does not count. Actually, it counts only what is it? 5 million of that. 5 million of that is JP Morgan. The rest is the likes of Deutsche Bank, BlackRock, HSBC. They need to get out of their position. They're underwater. They're bleeding money. We will see what happens. So that's why they slammed it today. And for you people who are investors in silver, this is the greatest day ever. You get 10% discount on all your silver purchases. Although most dealers are like, well, I'm not going to bring my premiums down just because they're playing games on the COMEX. We will see. We will see. But the idea is to change their short position to a long position, close out as many as possible. Maximum pain. CFTC is useless as an entity, as an institution. Actually, they run cover for the manipulation. That's been proven many, many times, even by admission by Bart Chilton, who said, and I quote, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan did rig the markets. They had proof that they were rigging the markets. And oh, by the way, they were not charged with market rigging because it was a political decision. Since when does the law take into account the political decision? Well, I guess in the United States every day now. Every day. Bart Chilton, people ask me, do I think they took Bart Chilton out? I don't necessarily think they took him out. I think it was more like he confessed, kind of a deathbed type of confession when he went on with Chris Marcus and told the world that the CFTC knew JP Morgan was rigging the market and did nothing about it because it was a political decision. That's a big deal. It's kind of like the FinCEN release that FinCEN knew that these bankers were laundering money for drug dealers and pedophiles and the whole crowd. And yet they did nothing for 20 years. Nobody ever went to jail. JP Morgan was Bernie Madoff's only banker. All those transactions had to be signed off by Jamie Dimon and the board of directors of JP Morgan. So that's the criminality we're dealing with. So it's not going to be easy. On the good side, on a good note, you got 6 JP Morgan traders up on RICO charges that I think it's coming down to the next couple weeks. We have the end of the quarter. This is when the banks have to declare how much they're up or down. And from Ted Butler, I think it's over $10 billion they've lost. They never lose on gold and silver trades. $10 billion, I think it's just silver. And even more in gold. Something to that effect. I did want to read a couple Ted Butler lines. If you aren't on Ted Butler's his website, Butler Research, that's one you probably want to join. I want to read you a couple lines from Ted's posting on Saturday as related to silver. This is what he said. In COMEX silver futures, the commercials did increase their net short position by a larger than expected 7,000 contracts. By commercial categories, the 8 big shorts increased their concentrated net short position by a fairly moderate 2,000 contracts to 71,455 contracts. That's 350 million ounces. That's eight banksters, 8 criminals doing that. JP Morgan appeared to sell 1,000 contracts, putting it a net short by a small 1,000 contracts. JP Morgan's already got out of their short position. So as of last week, they put a little more on. The banksters put a big more on. Obviously, it was for this slam. So that's how in the old days, that's how the game worked. They'd short up to slow down the rise, then they'd slam it down and cover their shorts, and they always made money. This year, they're always losing money. So they're in big problem. And here he goes. Can the crooked COMEX commercials and even more crooked JP Morgan rig further sell-offs? Of course they can. Will they? Who knows? It's always possible for the crooked commercials and JP Morgan to slam silver prices down at any time. Ted said this on Saturday. In fact, here we go. If we do experience a sharp sell-off in silver, I can guarantee you in advance that the cause will be commercial collusion on the COMEX, because that has been the cause of every single silver sell-off in the past 35 years. Ted Butler called it again. What doesn't the CFTC understand about this? They understand it. They just refuse to stop it. You have to control the price of gold and silver to run an unbacked fiat monetary system. That's where we are. That's the world we live in. Silver will not freely trade until they fix the COMEX. And there's no sign of them doing that at the moment. Obviously $100 silver would mean those 8 big banks are bankrupt, and which would mean everybody would lose everything in their 401k, their retirement account, their checking account, their savings account. So it's a pretty big deal. But I think that's coming. I think it's coming in due time. Clearly something's going on. I just heard that Nancy Pelosi has pulled out the farm bailout out of the package, which means Trump is going to say no way. Are we going to have a vote that fails by the end of September? That's on the road to Ruta. Absolutely exactly like that. And then what happens? People aren't going to get their $1,600. You're going to have people pissed off in the United States. What? I'm not getting free stuff anymore? We live in a nanny state now. And there's no going back. The only thing we can do is destroy the old system and start fresh. So I hope you guys are ready. If you're watching this, I'm sure you are ready. Silver in hand, cryptos in hand. A lot of screaming and yelling to the Congress, to the regulators about criminal organizations like JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, Citibank. They're all criminal organizations. So there you go. Let's go to questions today. I just want to do a lot of questions. I think that Chris Marcus had emailed me, said the discussion I had about should JP Morgan be allowed to even trade in COMEX silver or any silver at all at his Silverfest. He said he's going to post it. I will send you guys the link. Make sure you go to roadtoruta.com. Put your email in there to get email updates on what's going on. All right, roadtoruta.com. I had a rant about JP Morgan even being allowed with their banking license to cause the kind of criminality that they do. So, all right, we got some questions. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Skullcap Savant says, Bix, up for a Wizard of Oz chat on Theta TV channel. You know, I've tried the Theta TV channel. It's not as easy as it looks right now. It will get there, and people are starting to use it. But yes, I'll do the Wizard of Oz stuff. I need to get on it. I'm not the most tech savvy guy. I see Theta as something bigger than just the Theta TV. I see it as the new internet, the new Ethereum platform. It's better and faster than Ethereum and uses the same programmers. Programmers are loving programming on Theta because Ethereum's just too slow and too expensive. Theta is 5-10 times faster and costs a thousandth of a penny to do a transaction. I spent like $5 or $6 on an Ethereum transaction in the height of the craziness. It's insane. Okay. Adolf White, thank you for the super chat. Bix, what do you think about pensions? Everyone talks about future pensions being bankrupt, but what will happen to existing baby boomer pensions currently being paid out? I think they're all going to be bankrupt. They'll go down when the banks go down. It'll all stop at the same time, and then they'll have to reallocate money. I don't think pensions are going to be around. The best thing you can do is get early cash out of your pension. Most pension funds offer that, and then take that money, invest in cryptos and silver. This is not financial advice. It's just what I did. And no, if the banks go down, the pensions are gone. Your 401k is gone. Your checking account, savings account. Best thing you can do is do a IRA rollover, an IRA rollover into a self-directed IRA. Go to perpetualassets.com, ask for Will, and say, hey, help me out. You just go right on their website, and he can help you out buying the silver and the cryptos as well. But that's one way to get yourself out of their system, but not pay the penalties to do that, because you'll hold your own metal. And those pension funds that hold your metal for you or your cryptos for you, that is no better than what being in the old system. So you definitely want to get it in your own possession. All right, let's look at questions. Silver. Is anybody frightened at all about this silver crash? I mean, it's so obvious what was done and why they're doing it. I hope everybody is just sitting back. Like I said last month, time to get your lawn chairs, sit back, and just watch the craziness. Evan, thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, give me a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I heard YouTube is axing a lot of my subscribers again. Bastards. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, Theta. Yeah, Theta is going to do extremely well. And I hope everybody, I know most people on the road to Ruta now have some Theta. If you're on the private road, I teach you how to buy it, store it, and stake it. That's really popular page right now on the private road. And yes, even if you live in the United States, before Coinbase gets it, that's key. You want to get it in your hands before Coinbase adds it. I think they'll add it before if not before the end of September, right into October. I know that Theta is coming out with video on demand really soon. Another huge thing they're doing. They got so many things in the pipeline. It's awesome. Chris Card, I'm running a Guardian node. Nice. I was running a Guardian node for a while. And I was running it off my laptop, and I'd close my laptop and forget, and then you got to reload everything, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. So I went to Gpool, used the Delegate, where you're just using their Guardian node summary, and they're up 100% of the time. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to spend any electricity on it. And if you guys don't have any Theta, you can run a edge node catcher where you can earn Theta Fuel. Obviously, it's just pennies right now, but hey, why not stock up on Theta Fuel, and you'll be sharing your bandwidth with the Theta network. It's easy to do. Just go to thetatoken.org and scroll down a little bit. You'll see the edge node catcher. All right. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, I'll try to get to them. But if you put a super chat in any amount, I will definitely get to them. Marco, I'm selling my dollars for silver. Good move. Bill says, Bix, Very is down to a couple bucks. Do you know anyone using the platform? Is it illegal? It's perfectly legal. They were taken down by the cabal within the SEC. 98 million Very tokens are still in limbo. They need Very for the COMEX criminality. It's a solution. That's what's in Cliff's data. But right now it's a lottery ticket. Yeah, it's one of those lottery tickets that if they do go to Reggie and say, help us with this problem called market manipulation, which Reggie had the answer, then you'll see Veritasium go up near the price of Bitcoin. That's basically what was in Cliff's data. But the only way that could happen is if the SEC comes back to Reggie, which I think if the good guys win, I think we do need a system like that. And it's either that or shut down the COMEX completely because it's fraud. And same with the stock market and the bond market. All fraud. 100% fraud. Steve Mnuchin, the head of IT at Goldman Sachs, is now running our U.S. Treasury. You want to hear something real weird, and it's going to freak out a lot of people? There's a movie called Jupiter Ascending about the alien agenda on planet Earth, sucking our souls and feeding off humans' emotions, stuff like that, and which a lot of the spiritual guys are saying that's exactly what's happening. The co-producer of that movie was Steve Mnuchin. Yes, the very same Steve Mnuchin who is our Treasury Secretary. little known fact there. I didn't even know it until I'm like, because I was told to watch it by Christoph. He's like, you got to check this movie out. This is what's happening on a spiritual level. And I'm like, really? Okay, I'll check it out. And then right at the end, I see Steve Mnuchin co-produced it. That's just scary stuff. So yes, he's probably a alien vampire or whatever he is. All right, let's see what we got here. Polly P in the house. Polly P. Hey, oh, by the way, I am Amy and I are going down to Orange, California, down by LA for the Bitcoin Bin meetup on October 3rd at the Tilted Kilt. Yes, the Tilted Kilt, which is like a Hooters for Scottish people. So make sure if you're in the area, come check us out. I will be bringing the music stuff and do some rock and roll. I gotta start practicing again. Although I've written a couple new songs, which are cool. All right, Challenged Investor. What percentage of your crypto is in Theta? A lot more than it used to be, and that's because anything new I buy is Theta, and because it's gone up so much from $5 to 5 cents to 55 cents, it's obvious I haven't sold any, and I don't plan on selling any. Truthfully, I'll sell Theta Fuel as I mine it, type of thing. But yeah, it's a large percentage now. All right, Josh, Bix, you're amazing. Cool. Tell my wife that. No, she likes me sometimes. Can you do an interview with Lynette Zhang? Oh my God, me and Lynette Zhang go way back. I'm not a fan of Lynette Zhang. I know a lot of people are. She's changed her mind on what cryptos are, and I'm just not a fan. I don't hate her or anything. I'm just not a fan. That's it. Just not a fan. So no, I won't do an interview with Lynette Zhang. Mark, hey Bix, how are you feeling about buying T Fuel as a speculative gamble during today's dip? T Fuel, it's hard to figure out what that's going to be worth, and it's a while before it will be worth a substantial amount, I think, because T Fuel will be worth something as Theta is fully adopted and it gets rolled out on all the Samsung phones and all that. I think at some point it'll go like 10 to 1. It was released at 5 to 1. I think it'll go 10 to 1, but right now it's at like 60 to 1. So yeah, I would buy it and just hang on to it because it might be a while. It might be a couple of years before it goes to 10 to 1. So right now I'd buy Theta Fuel and mine for T Fuel and not sell my T Fuel. That's what I'm doing right now. All right. Bix, do you think Digibyte will do good in the future? I like Digibyte. I own a little bit of it. I know a lot of people are excited. A lot of crypto people get excited when tokens go up in price. That's what they look at. They chase the shiny object. So, yeah, it should do well. It's one of those coins that talks about all these big things that are about to happen. Divi is an example of that. And then nothing happens, but people still buy into it and get fully hooked. And it's another one of those, if you build it, they will come, a Field of Dreams coin. You gotta, at some point, you gotta say, hey, no more promises. What the hell? Show me something of substance. That's me though. John Lightfoot, thank you for that. $4.99. Thoughts on converting LTC to Theta? LTC seems dead. Litecoin is not dead. It's just Litecoin is the right coin as a means of exchange. It will be used as a means of exchange when we need it. So when the banks fail, yeah, that's the time to load up on your Litecoin because we'll be using it as a means of exchange. Until then, who knows? Who knows? But that's the thing. I have sold some Litecoin and bought some Theta a while ago, and not because I dislike Litecoin. I just like Theta a lot more, and they have more things they're going to hit as they go down the road. Litecoin was built as a means of exchange. That's what it's waiting for in the wings, in my opinion. There's other things it can do, but I of course I still love Litecoin because I think we will need a means of exchange. We just don't need it today, and we probably don't need it tomorrow. Whereas Theta there's a lot of things happening to Theta between now and the time Litecoin really catches wind. Hopefully, Litecoin or Theta will start going really crazy, get up to where Michelle Whitehove was saying $1,000 a token, and then I'll swap half my Theta and buy up all the Litecoin I can. So that's kind of where I am on Litecoin and And Theta, Litecoin is still great. It's just not as great, I think, in the short term. Bix, do you see a silver at $600 an ounce by the end of the year? I do. It all depends on what goes on with the COMEX. Remember, $600 an ounce means the COMEX is pretty much shut down because those 8 traders, you take $600 and times it by 350 million, and that's how much money those 8 traders will lose, those 8 banks. So I think we're coming to the end. The end game is upon us, and it might be really kicked off by the failure to pass any kind of new bailout, which I after what Pelosi said, it sounds like definitely that's what the Democrats want. I mean, the Democrats don't want to run. They don't even want Joe Biden to have a debate with Trump. Can you imagine that debate? I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to crash the system beforehand, which means in the next 2 weeks. So Joe can't come out. There's just too much chaos. Ridiculous. But that's the world we live in, right? So yes, I do think we'll see $600 silver, but it won't be on the COMEX. It will be out your local dealers because the COMEX will be shut down. Maybe, who knows? We'll find out, right? All right, where are we here? Wolfchain Crypto, any chance you'll have Ted Butler on your channel? Maybe. I'm not really an interviewer type of guy. I guess I am. I don't know. I just do my own thing. Ted doesn't like to do interviews very much. But he has amazing stuff. I love Ted. I followed Ted for a long time. And I'm a big proponent of his everybody signing up for his service. It's not very expensive. It's like $30 a month, and you will, if you have silver, you want to be at Butler Research, butlerresearch.com. And he posts twice a week, and just amazing insights, and a good guy. And he's been in this longer than any other silver analyst out there by far. He's trained everybody. He taught everybody what was going on with manipulation, including the folks at GATA. So there you have it. All right. I don't think my chat is spinning properly. Hang on a second. All right, there we go. Challenge Investor, thank you for the super chat. Are the fully insured Brinks vaults safe? No. No, you don't want anybody else holding your metal. Are they safe if everything, functions properly? Yeah, they're safe. Are they safe if the banks go down? No. The first people to steal the silver will be the guards of the Brinks because they have to take care of their families too. Everybody loses everything. They're not going to stand there and guard your silver for you. You need to take responsibility. Get your silver in your own possession only, especially during this time. So, John says, how much Theta Fuel is earned a month off a Guardian note? It depends how many tokens you are staking. If you go to Guardian Monitor, the Guardian Monitor, they'll tell you how many Theta Fuel you earn fully staked from I think start at 10,000 up to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, how much you'll earn a month, 2 months, 6 months, year. That website is a really good source. I think it's guardianmonitor.io or something to that effect. But check that out. You can find out exactly how much Theta Fuel. The economics don't make sense right now for Theta Fuel. It's less than a penny, and yeah, it doesn't make sense. It might make sense to go in and buy Theta Fuel at 60-to-1 ratio, 71. So, yes. Dom J, thanks for the buck. Every little bit helps here on the road to Ruta. The time is near. Can I buy 2,000 Theta on a paper wallet from you? I wish. Oh my God. I'd be the biggest broker in the world. No, I do not have a license to sell cryptocurrencies. I cannot sell cryptocurrencies. I have friends who have been busted for selling cryptocurrencies. You can go to a broker like Caleb Brown, or I think Perpetual Assets can't get Theta yet till they come to the U.S. But if you're looking for cryptos, Perpetual Assets will there over there and get you your cryptos. But you need a specific license to sell, or they throw you in jail and throw away the key because they don't like crypto people because we challenge their system. It's ridiculous, it's stupid, and it will end, but right now we got to live in that world. Michael, what are the best cryptos to hold right now? It depends who you ask. I would, for me, Theta is number one. I would say Bitcoin Cash is up there. Litecoin is up there. I don't think Ethereum. Ethereum, it's just too slow and too expensive. And Theta is coming out with smart contracts by the end of the year, so that's my take. But there are a couple others, and I've just found a couple good ones that I'm sticking with. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin shot itself in the foot when the core developers locked up Bitcoin and said, my precious Bitcoin, I'm finally rich and I'm going to hang on to it, so they don't do anything. Roger was 100% right that the Bitcoin core developers purposely decided to stop Bitcoin's growth. That's my take. All right. $52,000. The internet is a third party. They hold it. I don't know what you're talking about, but internet is like a road. It's a road. It's like that. That's the internet. And you can hold things on it. You can hold things off it. Cryptos you can hold. You don't have to hold them on the internet. As a matter of fact, I don't hold any of my cryptos on the internet. And you'd be crazy to hold your cryptos on the internet. When will Theta be on Coinbase? Any day, any day. Might be after the chaos of the banking, political chaos at the end of the month. But I would say definitely between now and the end of the year. And I think it's going to get a bump from that, a big bump, because I know there's a lot of people in the U.S. that want to buy Theta and they can't get their hands on decent amounts of it. So, thank you, Rainey. Evolution Money. How many Road to Ruin coins have been minted? I have no idea. Well, there was two. There was an early version, a single strike, and then the second version where is the ones we numbered. Amy might have that information. It's 1,000 something. Not a lot. We're not talking tens of thousands. I think it's under 2,000, I believe. I don't know. I'll check that for you though. Let's see what else. Sometimes the road is closed. Yeah, they could turn off the internet and then we'll all die, but I don't think it's going to happen. Unfortunately, we are 100% dependent upon the internet now. You turn off the internet with an EMP or something like that, and the studies say it's like a month before 95% of the Western population is dead. You got nuclear power plants melting down. You got cats and dogs sleeping together, the whole deal. Erin McQuinn, thank you. I can't say your name, though. Sorry. Jenny Moonstone in the house. What up, Jenny Moonstone? We're going to do another Thursday, I think. Jenny Moonstone. Hey, if you guys have anything you want me to ask Jenny, send me an email, bix@roadrunner.com. Say, ask her about this. She knows everything. She's a reader. Let's see. Bix, what do you think about IOTA? God bless you. God bless you, too. I don't know anything about it, truthfully. So, no idea. No idea. Zatetic News Network. Hey, what's up? Bix, did you ever figure out what that moon dream was about? The space propaganda is off the charts. Yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of moon work with Jenny, and I've been doing a lot of research into, and I've found some amazing documents, into the electric discharges between the sun, Mars, and the Earth. And that's what we could be experiencing pretty soon here, as they're all lined up and we're all magnetic, and yeah, that's how the Grand Canyon was created. So it's amazing stuff. And then I found this other document that talks about the pyramids and what they're really for, and it's all opening up. It's amazing that we're living in a time when all the secrets of the past are going to be exposed, and it's going to blow people's mind, and a lot of people won't be able to handle it. They'll just freak out and lose it and say, what do you mean? Oh my God, my religion was a lie. Everything I thought was a lie. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we chose to be here at this time to experience what we're experiencing. So I would tell everybody, hey, embrace your life. There's so many exciting things. And don't forget, life is really short. Do all those things you want to do and need to do to further your growth on the spiritual realm. Because now's the time. And be ready to hunker down. The nanny state's going away. Yes, we've been living in a nanny state our whole lives. And what would it be like if the people of the United States actually had to take care of themselves for a while? I think it'd be beautiful. But, a lot of people will perish in the meantime. Or at least in their session here on Earth for the time being. We'll see. Mr. McQuinn, how much money would it take to end manipulation? The manipulation is not about money. They have unlimited amounts of money, unlimited sources of money. They create infinity money and don't tell anybody. That's what Ruta wrote in the sand in the original documents. Captain Austin Fitz is just scratching the surface. So the system isn't controlled by money. The system is controlled by the derivative market manipulation, and it's endless. So what would it take? It would take the powers that be, meaning the Trump administration, the good guys, the DOJ, following up with things like the 6 traders at JP Morgan who are have been indicted for RICO charges of rigging the gold and silver markets. Or it will be soon announced probably a settlement, which sucks. And hopefully the settlement has Jamie Dimon going to jail instead of all his brokers and traders and dealers going to jail. Why doesn't Jamie Dimon go to jail? For a matter of fact, I have it right here. Since 2000, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan has paid, this is the get out of jail free card, $34.5 billion in fines and fees for criminal acts. 151 different large criminal acts. 81 financial offenses, 11 competition-related offenses, 15 consumer protection offenses. This is a criminal organization, and they are the largest trader in silver, the largest holder of silver inventories, the SLV, custodian of the silver. They're a bunch of criminals. You want to end manipulation, take out Jamie Dimon, and then call it a day. Yes, Jamie Dimon, the head of JP Morgan. There you have it. That's my take. And if you want to know more about that, tune in to Chris Marcus's channel, Arcadia Economics. I think that's where he's going to post the early morning. He had me up at like 6:30 in the morning to talk about Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan. So he's going to post that at some point. I will post it on Road to Ruta. If you guys aren't members of Road to Ruta yet, go to roadtoruta.com. It's free. On the left side of the website, put your name and email address in, and I will be sending you emails. Hey, is anybody going to the Bitcoin bin thing on the 3rd? It's going to be fun. And we're going to get out, but I think the 6-foot rule might be in order, but hey, I got a microphone and a guitar, and we're going to be singing along Kumbaya songs. Polly P. Clint! There's Clint's in the house. He made it. If you guys haven't watched Clint and Litecoin Lisa in their Friday happy hours, where they sit and talk about life and get hammered, you got to watch that. Is that Litecoin Lisa's channel or Clint's channel or both? Are you simulcasting? I don't know. Bill G says, order all the banks to buy and close out all their short positions. Here's the problem with that. Who would be the seller? They can't buy all their short positions because no one would sell in their right mind who knew that there was a problem. You wouldn't sell. They would have to be selling to who? Themselves? That's the problem. Robert says, have I read the Urantia book? Actually, I did. I didn't read it. It's huge. It's long. Some of it rings true. Some of it doesn't. There was a new one I got called The Pyramid Code. That would freak you out, and yeah, check that one out, The Pyramid Code. Yeah, there's a lot of secrets being opened up right now. So, Native Joe, sell your cows, buy some Teslas. That whole thing about the latest was this cop is pulling over a Tesla that's going 90 miles an hour, and the guy won't pull over. And the cop comes zooming up right next to him, and he's asleep in the driver's seat. And a passenger is sleeping in the driver's seat going 90 miles an hour. It's just It is way too early to have self-driving cars. We need a lot more testing. I mean, one day, yeah, but it is way too early. Bix, what do you think of Hydra Hashgraph? No. I think it's too far out. It actually Theta is based on some of that stuff too. I don't think it would be adopted any time within the next 10 years. And so it's a cool idea. And but I didn't analyze it fully. It's clearly it was way over my head technically. And Cliff did a talk on it. He said it's a good idea, but it won't be implemented for 10, 20 years. So as far as an investment is what, I'm basically an investment advisor, this is not advice, but an analyst. I don't think it'll be worth much until it is adopted, and it won't be adopted for decades, if it is ever. Or they'll probably invent something else before that. But I was listening to an interview with one of the Theta guys, and they use part of that Hydra Hashgraph in their blockchain. So hey, sounds good to me. David Trent, Bix, I have 20K in silver and only 1K in Theta with a little cash. Should I sell some silver and get a Theta Guardian node? I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. If you, let me just tell you this. I think Theta will, at some point, your 1K in Theta will equal your silver in dollar for dollar terms. Now, I'm not saying they'll stay at 20K and Theta will move up to 20K. I'm more saying the silver is going to go to 200K and Theta will go to 200K as well. Your $1,000 worth of Theta. They're both going to move rapidly and fast. I don't know which is going to move faster and longer. I would assume that Theta would, once it really gets adopted, outperform silver. Silver will be instant though, because it's one of those things. If there's no banksters selling silver, who would sell the silver? And what price would it go to before people would sell silver? That's what we're getting at. So definitely a great time. If it could be your last chance to buy physical silver. I think that was in Cliff's data that silver becomes very scarce. Physical stuff. All right. Bill says Rick Bedford rather than Cliff this last. Martin Armstrong on Greg Hunter yesterday. I like Greg and Martin. I like Martin, although I don't think he's telling the truth. I think Martin lies about certain things or keeps it under his hat. I think he's working with the good guys. Truthfully, who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? Hi, Bex from Switzerland. Is that Switzerland? Switzerland. Cool. Yeah, the best thing about internet and YouTube and all that is we get people from all around the world. Everybody's got a different take, a different angle, but everybody, at least on the road to Ruta, is on the side of freedom and fighting for freedom. And no, we are not going to lose this battle. I think Dick Allgaier was led down the wrong path by his guru. And it's sad to see it happen. No, we're not going to lose. We are going to win this battle. And I'm going to fight with everything I can. And I know you guys are too. It's worth fighting for. We don't want to be under their control anymore. We'd rather be on our own, fighting the crazy fights. They think they're going to win to this day. You listen to Dick Allgaier's discussions with his insider. The insider, it works for the bad guys. Of course he's going to say that. He's been part of that system his whole life. That's all he knows. So, I was part of that system too. I was a banker for 25 years. I wasn't, the Jamie Dimon type of banker, but I understood the business. And when you understand the business, you go, Jesus Christ, who gives someone the right and ability to create money out of thin air, and then they go gamble it on rigging markets? Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan should lose their banking license yesterday. Why are banks allowed to create money out of thin air and use them to go in and play in the markets? It's insane. But hey, you get what you pay for in life, and I guess we paid for the banksters. All right, Let's see what else we got. Anything? Give me a new subject. Oh, AG says I worked for JP Morgan in London selling Russian bonds. I actually managed part of their nuclear portfolio. My company managed their residual position on some of these gigantic nukes they had, and I was in charge of that. This is before, actually, it was during when I was discovering that JP Morgan's criminal side on gold and silver. And my boss said, hey, you can't say that. And I said, okay. And then at some point I just quit. So, I already talked about Digibyte. I like it. It's just show me something. I mean, Digibyte and Divi, I need to see something. You guys talk huge stories, but Field of Dreams coins. Until something comes up, what do you want me to do? You could talk a good story, but show me something. Right? Divi's the worst about that, though. They right around the corner. Oh, there's big news coming with Facebook and with Amazon. Show me something, anything. And in the meantime, it's being hyperinflated. So yeah, that's a tough one. But I got good friends who love it and go for it. And right now it's making money, right? But that's if you're just in it to make money, the guys in first at Divi will make money. The guys in last are gonna say, "What the hell?" So Bradley says, "What happens when precious metals are produced industrially like diamonds?" Yeah, they'll be worth less. Right now, the cost of creating gold and silver out of thin air is extremely prohibitive. So I think that technology is about 20 years out. And then, will we need money in 20 years if we have replicators and all that? I don't think so. If your basic needs are met by a replicator, just meaning it's kind of like a 3D printer, except they get so good at it. Like right now, they can 3D print a house. I saw that done. That was pretty cool. But they get so good at it that you can create things from the energy, create molecules from energy, and all you need is the molecules, how to put them together, and boom, you got a Star Trek replicator making you a cheeseburger. And that's when we don't need money anymore. And that'd be a great thing in a great time. It's just not here yet. I think that's 50 years out. But who knows? 50 years is not a long time when you're 56 years old like I am. Chris Card, I don't know that we will need money for other things. Maybe more like barter, because if your basic necessities are met, everything else is just a nice to have. Amina, what up? Holy moly, I haven't seen Amina in forever. Hope you're doing well, Amina. Up in Canada, if you're still in Canada. There's only one molecule that is hydrogen. Okay. Yeah, once I start going down that path of, we can make gold and silver out of thin air and we can create any matter from our thoughts. Yeah, but can you hone it in and perfect that craft? Yeah, at some point in your evolution, probably 50 lifetimes from now, who knows? All right, what do we got? Is 1 million Theta Fuel a wise buy? I think in due time, yeah. I don't know how long it'll be. I'd weigh that between buying Theta Fuel and buying Theta. And right now it's a 60 to 1. They could go to 100 to 1. But at some point, I think that when people start using T-Fuel, and there is talk, I forgot who I was listening to, that T-Fuel could be your basic income type of thing, because all your Samsung devices are going to be mining for T-Fuel. Not mining, but earning T-Fuel for sharing internet. And what a great way to distribute universal basic income through T-Fuel. I don't know. You can get it right now and download the EdgeNode catcher and earn T-Fuel right now. Right now. You don't even need Theta. What are my thoughts on XRP? Here's my thought on XRP. It's been my same thought since day one. It is a banker coin. Doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it's bad. If the banks stay in business, it'll probably do well. The moment the banks go out of business, the moment the banks fail, XRP goes to zero instantly. So that's what I think of XRP. I don't like it, and I would never invest in it. And I don't like the fans. They're just a pain in the ass. And a lot of them are paid for by the bankers. Yeah. Crypto Nana, what up? Who are you calling a pedo coin? XRP? I don't think, well, it might be. I don't know. There are pedo coins out there, but I don't know if XRP is one. Maybe. I haven't done the homework on that. Philly D, address mortgages if the banks go bust. Well, here's the thing. Mortgages are actually all held by the DTCC in the name of Seed and Company, supposedly the Queen of England or some alien freaking owns it. Who knows? The fact is, if the banks go down, all mortgages go under, then everybody gets their house for free because there will be nobody to enforce. It's only if a couple of mortgages go bad that they can enforce, repossession of a house and things like that. If everybody's mortgage goes bad, voila, you got free houses for everybody. And that was part of the Road to Ruta plan, create as much money as possible, building houses, roads, military, and then crash everything. And then you have a house. But then it gets a little complicated. If you're renting, who owns the house? What do you do? It's really complicated. It's crazy complicated. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, but that's why Trump's trying to do what he's trying to do. He's rigging market to the very end because he wants the system to stay together. He thinks it'll be best for mankind and probably will. But at the same time, it doesn't fix any problem. You can't build a strong economy on a false base. And that's what Trump's been doing. And look how easily the banksters took out Trump's great economy. Just, throw a little bioweapon into the mix and boom, the false economy falls apart because of the unsound nature of the base of the economic system is based on fraud and manipulation. So that's my take. All right. John D. Will they make gold and silver illegal? No. Not enough. It's kind of the confiscation thing. Maybe they might confiscate mines and big warehouses, but the reality is not many people at all have gold and silver in the U.S. or even around the world. Maybe in India they do, and in China they use it for different. It's dowry stuff and it's just embed into the culture better than it is here. We tell everybody, oh, this piece of paper. We even made gold illegal. We made gold illegal in the United States of America. Can you believe that? I mean, I'm surprised. Well, not many people turned in their gold in 1934 or whenever they confiscated it. But I'm surprised that people weren't up in arms at that point in time. What are you doing? When did the government get so much power? 1913, when they found the gold in the Grand Canyon and created the Federal Reserve to cover it up. Boom. There's your time. 1913. All right. Sam Samuels. Will HSBC go under soon? Well, they should have gone under 150 years ago when they were taking down China in the Opium Wars. HSBC is one of the more criminal banks, probably the most criminal, besides Citibank and JP Morgan. And Deutsche Bank has been called out so many times, nobody even talks about them. But they all work together and all work for the same people. So, all right. What do we got? Jubilee at the end of the month? I wouldn't call it a Jubilee. Jubilee means somebody is forgiving everything. I would say likelihood of chaos. And at some point, yes, the banking system will not be trusted anymore. Cliff High's data has the U.S. government trying to reboot a currency 3 times, and all 3 times it fails, and then it just goes to whatever you got. Mostly likely cryptocurrencies as well as gold and silver if you got them. Now, the difference between gold and silver is a supply issue. There's billions and billions and billions of ounces of gold out there that nobody talks about, and there's not much silver at all. So, there you go. Will the banks grab half of everyone's crypto when the big collapse comes? They'll try. How are they going to get it? They'll try. But if you're smart, you hold your cryptos in your own possession with your own passwords, right? They'll try. They can grab mine for a certain amount of money that I just flip over and buy more silver or something like that. Yeah, they'll have to bid on it. That's the problem. And they can create money out of thin air. I don't know many people who are going to give up their cryptos when the banks collapse. It's more like, oh my God, I don't have cryptos. Where am I going to get it? That's when everybody calls you and says, oh, can you sell me some Litecoin for $5,000? Because I should have listened to you back when I could have got it for $50. And now it's 5,000. Can I buy it from you? And you'd say, maybe I'll give you one of mine. That type of thing. All right. Crypto Chris Card. Crypto smashed down today. Yeah. I mean, they're on the same computer programs as the Fed and Steve Mnuchin, the head of IT, all that shit. It's all planned. It's all 100% rigged. So, like I said in last month, we're going to have to get the lawn chairs out and just ride it out. Ride it out. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, and they can put the price of any crypto to zero. They can put the price of silver to negative. If you don't think they can, look what they did to oil. It's really easy. It's a click of a mouse. Get your cryptos, get your silver in your own possession. Only in your own possession. All right, King K. I don't get crypto. Crypto is really easy to get if you go online and go out to YouTube and ask any question. And the YouTube is an amazing depository of crypto information. It's a global, worldwide library of how to use crypto, how to understand cryptos. The best way I think of cryptos for me is an asset that is not anybody else's liability. Just like gold, just like silver. Cryptos are nobody else's liability if you hold them in your own possession and there's no third party. You don't have to rely on any third party. It's an asset unto himself. Itself. All right. Find a crypto ATM if you want to buy cryptos. Yeah, they're kind of pricey. Call Will Lair at Perpetual Assets. He'll get you some cryptos. All right. From Tucson, say a little about fractional banking so people will better understand money. There's a million great videos on the fractional reserve system of money and going back to the goldsmiths and how they were lending out receipts for gold and all that. That's the funny thing. I just assume everybody knows all that by now, but it's not. It's not real. If you want to learn about the need for strong assets, need for gold and silver and cryptos, go on YouTube, watch some videos on what is money. Go down. Mike Maloney has some great videos and explains what money is, where it came from, why we use it today, why it has value and why it loses value. So check that out. But I assume if they're watching me, they already know this stuff. That's my problem. I assume that. Oh, by the way, Paige picked the winner of the giveaway for the Instagram channel. I don't know the name of the winner, but she might. I don't know if she's going to announce the name, but they got, 100 Theta Fuel, big square hat right here. And, the Theta article from the private road. Yeah, all you had to do was join the Instagram channel. Go to the Instagram channel on.the.road-to-Ruta and join and follow. Paige is doing a great job. We are doing the Word Wednesday tomorrow. I'm excited to figure out what the word is. She never tells me until the day. And then we post it on Wednesday. And go watch the one on Theta. If you want to understand what Theta is, Paige does a great job explaining it. So check that out. All right, I do have to get going. We're almost at an hour. And I got to go see where my gold, silver, and cryptos are. Although I know they're getting slammed today. I'm going to go back to my lawn chair to watch the markets. And good time to load up the truck with silver from your local dealer. If you don't have a local dealer, give Andy Scheckman a call. Or give him an email. Andy@milesfranklin.com. MILESFRANKLIN.com. He's done a great job for Road to Ruta members over the past year, getting us silver into our hands, into our own possession. So important right now. All right. Thank you, guys. You take care. I'll talk to you later.